What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cash, and it is time for the update. I didn't do the update last week, and I kind of shouldn't do this one either because it's we already know what this is. We already know what this is now. This ain't no secret. We already know what this is. We already know what this is. So obviously they're going to be adding in BAIKEN story this week, and then the following week will be Dizzy's, and then the final story. So it's So if you guys haven't finished Soul's story, you will know that they didn't mention BAIKEN at all, so she probably popped up somewhere in completely different continent or whatever. And also Dizzy seems to be either captured or working with the terrorists, working with the acolytes and Zeno and all that other good stuff, which is cool. So I actually do follow all the stories. I kind of wonder how they're going to piece everything together, but it's kind of like how I said, it's going to be like this weird version of like the whole Chaos Gate. With the Chaos Gates, they can pretty much make everything happen. Any game, any body, anything can come from the Chaos Gates. That's why it's so easy to like put them into the story with that mechanic. So again, we're gonna have a good farm. I did like this farm because you can actually get epic catalysts from the last spot. Hopefully this spot is the same thing. And enhanced heroes, blah 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 blah. You know, that's why I kind of don't like doing some of these updates. It's like the same thing over and over again. This is still the same. They do have to keep putting this for consistency of information. But the new thing that I did want to go over is the tournament, and I really wanted to check out how the tournament works. So let's go into the tournament. Nox, thank you so much for always interrupting all of my broadcasts. Get out of here, Jesus. Nox is the only thing that literally has like their own in-game like in my video promotion. But by the way, have you used Nox? All right. So as it says here, defeat your opponents and progress to the top spot. Players may participate in the tournament by using tokens up for the chosen, obtained by playing BAIKEN story. Overcome your enemies and receive amazing rewards. How do you enter? You just press tournament on the left side. So yeah, defeat NPC teams. Thank God. So okay, so first off, we're fighting NPCs, which is pretty good. I was kind of scared we were gonna like fighting other people, and then you was gonna, fight a couple little ants, then some human beings, then all of a sudden a dolphin. And it's like, what the hell? What? A dolphin? And then you see the whale. And it's like, well, now you have lost the tournament, and please abandon all hope. But they are NPC teams. You can receive tournament rewards only once, and as you progress in the bracket, the difficulty increases and you can win better rewards. A new tournament league will open every week. Win all battles and collect all rewards. It's kind of weird that they're every week, and it makes it seem like they should have released the tournament thing the first week, but whatever. So, which means, as you can see, the reason why they didn't do that, because this is the current week, right? Then we're gonna go to the next week. We're in Dizzy's, and then the last week will be this will obviously be the final story, and then I guess that's when everyone will get their stuff. Let's see what else that they say here. Oh, there's a normal and a hard mode. That's good to see here. Normal, hard. Oh. What are these rewards? What are these rewards? Oh no! But I think you do like finish out the whole tournament for like I don't know. That seems weird. But not everything is written correctly in this, and I'll show you guys an example of that a little bit later. The players will receive a reward. Bam! There it is. If a player loses a battle, the currency token will not be consumed, and they will be able to attempt the battle again. So you can pretty much spam it. Sweet. Spam it until you win. Good stuff. Also, they're bringing a new challenge, which is going to give this new artifact for you guys. You guys know the drill. Let's see what it has. It only has a hell difficulty, which means that you're pretty much only going to be able to get up to what is that, 20%? And I do not like I just do, I think, hard mode, because hell just nothing drops, and you're just getting your stamina drained for like almost no reason. So it looks like it's gonna be BAIKEN into Soul, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, it's just this thing, and then they have the other drops that you probably don't care about. Yeah, 3, 7, and then 20%, but I get more drops at 7 than I do at 20. Yeah. Now the artifact here is very interesting. I don't know if you guys can see. It's actually a little blurry. Is there a better slide of it? No, there isn't. So let me just. You can read it now. So look, let's bump it up a little bit. So here, this is funny, and this is why when you guys, some of you guys be like, oh, well, how did you get that wrong? Yeah, right. It says clearly here, if you guys can see, increases damage dealt by 10% if the enemy's health is more than 50%, and then it goes on to be 20% if the health is more than 50%. And then you go down here, and the first thing it says, the artifact Portrait of the Saviors increases damage dealt if the enemy's health is less than 50%. Yeah, what? Nani? We suggest that you use this artifact when attacking enemies that have good health. It is more advantageous to use this artifact for high damage strikes than for long battles. Oh, what? You just said here, it means the same here. So it's obviously that this part is wrong, most likely that they just messed up here. If the enemy health is less than 50%, because here it's more than 50%, and then the way that the second sentence describes it is that it is more health. So this actually still goes back to my comment about people running Daydream Joker, and it's funny, I just released a video about having some type of counterplay to characters that have high HP totals because people are running tanky comps. And it's almost as if, not that they made this obviously because of me, but this, you have to guys know that these devs have a game plan, and a lot of the times they release something in hopes that they're going to make something later to counteract it. So this is a really good way to counter out the tanky meta. The one thing I did want to double check is the Tonfas, because Tonfas pretty much has that. It's a 3-star artifact. I just wanted to see the actual difference between that and the Tonfas. Let me just pull that up real quick. All right, here we are. The Tonfas, actually, funny enough, it's pretty much the same exact passive, and it just goes up to 16%. It is a universal artifact, so this one is gonna up it up 4 more percent and just be a better version of Exorcist Tonfas. So yeah, it's pretty much for semi-nuking. It's a really like, oh, when they have more damage, I'm gonna increase, you know, my damage dealt. I've always liked Tonfas, and I remember when the reason why I threw away all my Daydream Jokers is because I just valued this one better. Like, you just did more damage overall when they had full health, so you can nuke a character a lot better. So now you really can nuke a character a lot better. But is it gonna be able to go through the Crimson Armament passive and things of that nature? And it just says increased damage dealt, so this is actually gonna make me curious, as it actually should, by the way. It should increase stuff like BAIKEN's nuke detonation, because it just says increases damage. So I wonder if that does increase all damage on the target, you know, anything that you do to that target, things like that. That'd be cool to test, right? Who knows? Next up is an insult. This is just insulting. It's just really strange that they decided to do this. So everybody has been calling for some type of buffs to BAIKEN. They've been acting for some type of buffs. I've given a couple suggestions, and they pretty much went the weirdest way I've ever seen. It is such an, I would say, insignificant way of buffing the character. Like, they just said adjustments have been made to the skills of the matches, the in-game effect. However, no functional changes have been made. I can say for a fact this is not matches the in-game effect. That's pretty false, I'd have to say, because the S2 does not have one that ignores effective resistance. Like, you could definitely have chances, but the issue, the reason why it's like almost like it makes me kind of scary is like, do you guys not know why? And some people seem to not know is that there are 2 checks. When you have a skill that has a percentage chance, from my knowledge, and this, you guys could clearly prove this wrong, is that there's 2 checks. So when you have a chance to do something, that means you have a 55% chance to trigger that thing, and then after that it goes through the effectiveness and effective resistance check. So even if you give this character one bleed effect that ignores effective resistance, okay, first of all, it has 3. So let's say the first one, like, that's just weird. Like, okay, that. So let's say the first one that's gonna have effect resistance, it might not have a chance to land. It has a 55% chance to activate, and then it might have effective resistance on it. So it just seems really strangely written, in my opinion. I mean, this could have been going on behind the scenes, but how do I know that the one bleed effect that had effective resistance was the one that landed, or did that miss its own chance, and then the one that came through at 55% landed anyway without the effective resistance boost. Like, it just seems like they should have either said that each one has like effective resistance, and that would have been a lot better. It would have made her more consistent, because then you just have to get the 80% chance for it to trigger, and then each one will land regardless, and that would actually make her way more consistent, like dumb consistent. But like, they just, I don't know, this is not really like, that's not much. It's almost weird that they even mentioned it. Like, oh, one of the bleed effects has a, you know, pretty much a better chance of landing. So at least when you S2 out of the 3, there's at least one that has a higher chance of landing. It's like, who cares? you know, it started off with 3 bleed effects. This is what we were looking for. We were looking for 3 bleed effects for 2 turns. That's what we wanted. This is like, oh, but we'll make sure you get 1. Like, yay. But like I said, I did mention that it's very likely if she's going on a squishy target, she doesn't even need 3, she doesn't need like 3 or 4 or 5, and some people are putting like 8, 7 things. That's more for bosses, but I'm thinking more or less PvP, like, you know, it does help her out. But her main thing, by the way, with BAIKEN is you need to be critting. You just need to crit. If you crit, you're fine. Even without all the bleach shenanigans, you just need to be critting on pretty much everything you do. Alright, so let's find some other stuff. This is funny too. Aureus wasn't working on revived allies, and it made sense because there's not that many characters with revive, so I would see why that would, you know, why they would mess up on that. Yay. That's pretty much it. Everything else is just like very small, like changes that, you know, they always do, little small tweaks and stuff like that. So what do you guys think? The tournament mode, I was kind of hoping it was going to be like, I don't know, something like a little bit, you know, not RTA. I didn't think it was going to be RTA or anything like that, but I was hoping it was going to be like some type of like more like something you interact with other people. But it seems nothing. Like, even if you were able to like make an NPC team, and like every time your NPC team ran or won against another characters, and like they would be the same level as they are, but you picked it, like, so if you wanted, you know, maybe everyone would still pick the broken stuff, but maybe if you limited the character pool, and then people were able to make like, you know, these certain types of things, and then you sent it out to fight, and then like this, like oh, you can only pick one of each something, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would be able to make your own little weird team, and then every time it won against other people, you got like a little bonus or something like that. I don't know. Right now, it's just pretty much gonna seem like, for people, it's gonna seem like the arena NPC battles, and they're probably gonna mosh them. They're gonna be easy, and you know, free rewards, and everyone likes free resources, so not much there. But I was really excited about this, but it seems like it's not gonna be too crazy. So it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to. And again, these patches are pretty small, and they're very frequent. That's why they're smaller. Everyone's just waiting for that Diz biz, bro. Everyone's waiting to see exactly what's gonna happen with Dizzy. I'm like, yeah, there it is. I thought that was, everyone's waiting to see what happens with Dizzy. She's gonna be probably the next banner character, and then along with the guitar person, which I assume, I don't know who that is, I don't know the name of it, but I assume she's gonna be a free character too. I assume. But they already released the whole thing for, don't they still have that here? Here we go. I had to go to last week's patch for this, but like the old event currency here has like soul bad guy, so you can kind of get a you know, oh, you know, you're gonna get soul bad guy maxed out. So I might be wrong, actually. They might actually make 3 limited banners. It just seems disgusting. Just seems disgusting. But hey, what do I know? Again, I'll see you guys in the next video, and that's it for me. Peace.